Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to be talking about these new S-Class cards that are now available in the featured store, and it's interesting to me that the S-Class cards have their own tab. To me, this kind of spells out that they're here to stay, and I don't mean these specific three characters of Shiva, Clementine, and Eugene, but I feel like we're going to have more characters kind of cycle through this, where you can actively purchase your S-Class toon. So for $35, you are getting 2,500 S-Class cards, some Berts, as well as some World Energy cans. 35 Canadian is probably like 30 American type of thing. So it would be $140 Canadian, or what did I say, 120 American to get enough S-Class cards to get the S-Class toon. Because you need 2,000 and 2,000, unless it's Priya, of course, to get the 2 5-stars, and then an additional 6,000 cards on top of that for the S-Class. So you would still need to level up the characters, but you can just purchase the S-Class stuff like straight out, and it's at a fraction at the original cost. Like I remember when Pete Anderson first came out, some people who ended up getting him at the very beginning spent something like $2,000, and now we're seeing S-Classes on sale for under $150. For some new players that want to be competitive, this type of deal would actually put them in a decent spot, depending on the characters that show up and I guess their general understanding of the game. Like Shiva is a very defensive character, great payback toon. You have to watch to make sure you don't raise her defense too much, especially for war, when if you're not the general, you get a 20% defense bonus, and if her defense gets too high, then it's very difficult to trigger payback. Like, I like the fact that she's a payback toon because I can put her in line with a Frost, for example, and prevent that turn 1 kill, because there's no way to normalize her on the first turn, and the only toon that I can think of that could kill her, like off the first turn, but you would need multiple ones, would be a toon like Mr. Lou, and then a bunch of like Pain Spread and Lacerators, so just a perfect bleed team, for example. So Shiva is definitely the best character that's up for grabs, and I can't even say up for grabs, up for sale. The next character with the exact same deal is Clementine, and to me she's just an offensive toon. Great leadership skill, 25% attack for all melee toons and minus 25% defense to all the enemy toons. I think they also start off with crosshairs for 2 turns. I feel like that's it. There's something about it. I'm missing it at the moment. It might not be crosshairs, but anyway, she's a good offensive leader. I really like that she cuts the opponent's defense and that can stack multiplicatively. So if her like minus 25% defense down is applied, if you rush someone like Diego, it's not going to be like 65 and 25 to equal 90%. Instead, I feel like it's 73%, which is still pretty significant and can definitely help with taking out some very tanky teams. So I like Clementine, but I can also use her as a 6-star without having to really grind out and purchase her S-Class cards. Like for me, Clementine is good enough as a 6-star because her leadership skill is almost identical. The difference is, I think, the minus 25% defense to the enemy is for 4 turns as an S-Class and only 3 turns as a 6-star. So still a very good toon. Would I consider spending $35 on this? I personally would not, just because I don't spend on this game, or at least I try my best not to. Again, guys, I've spent $15 total on the game. I can admit to that. Now, the last character in the shop is S-Class Eugene, and he is the worst character of these 3, in my opinion. I just don't think he's a good character at all. I have not tried at all to get any of his cards. I just don't feel like he's effective on offense or on defense. I wouldn't run him on survival mode. I wouldn't run him in hordes. I wouldn't run him in a raid. I wouldn't run him in I don't even know. I can't even think of another event at the moment, but I wouldn't even use him for level up points because I wouldn't want to invest the gear into him. I just don't think he's strong enough to be used. I don't really know what else to say about him, I guess, in total about these offers. cool. Some people will be able to purchase an S-Class basically, but is it worth the cost in the end? Like, a lot of these things can be kind of grinded out. I'm almost at my S-Class Shiva. I have a nice 6-star Clem that I like, not even focused on Eugene right now. I just got my first 5-star Ascendable Gentleman. I have my Rositas ready, and they're soon to be ascended, and then I can get my S-Class. Like, there are just so many ways to kind of grind out cards without having to spend. I get it if you're just starting out and let's say you can't get some of these cards right off the bat. Like, if you're looking to try and compete, there's probably going to be some cards here that you would want to pick up, but it all depends on your level of play and your level of enjoyment, of course. I guess the one nice part about this is that all these cards are guaranteed, unlike some of the RNG coin bags that show up, like the one that I just did on Tanya, where you have a 95% chance on each bag of getting 10 to 25 cards, and a 1% chance at 2,200, and a 4% chance at 1,000 cards. So this is better value comparatively because you're getting more cards no matter what, and you're getting a guaranteed number. And guarantees mean a lot to me personally because I know exactly what I'm spending on. I know exactly what I'm getting out of it. Anyway, guys, thank you everyone for watching and listening to my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more content and information.